Okay, good afternoon, viewers. A very warm welcome to all of you on behalf of GSTN to this webinar being conducted by GSTN on the quarterly returns with monthly payment of tax scheme. This is in short known as the QRMP scheme. So let's look at what we are going to cover in today's webinar. Before we start the webinar, I would like to inform you that my colleague Mr. Rafi Ahmed Kidwai is also on this webinar with me. And you can please post your questions in the comment box of YouTube channel, and we will try and answer all your questions while the webinar is in progress. So today's agenda is we are basically going to cover three things in this webinar. One is what are the basics of the QRMP scheme, quarterly returns, monthly payment of tax scheme. How can you opt in or opt out of the scheme on the portal? How do you navigate to do that? And in the third part, we will cover what are the compliances you will be required to do under the QRMP scheme. And as we go to the third part, I will tell you briefly about the few benefits which will accrue in case you choose to opt for QRMP scheme. So let's start with the first thing, the basics of the QRMP scheme. Now the first and foremost part is that this scheme will come into effect on 1st of January 2021. Now if a person opts for the QRMP scheme, he or she will be able to file the GSTR1 and the GSTR3B at a quarterly frequency. And please note that from 1st of January 2021, there will be a no quarterly GSTR1 with monthly GSTR3B applicable. So the taxpayer will either have to choose between filing the GSTR1 and GSTR3B both on either a monthly basis or on a quarterly basis. Now, who is eligible to opt for the QRMP scheme? Let's look at who are the taxpayers. Any taxpayer whose aggregate turnover. Now, when we talk of aggregate turnover, we are talking of PAN-based aggregate turnover is up to rupees 5 crores in the previous financial year and the current financial year will be able to opt for QRMP scheme and will be able to file the returns on quarterly basis while paying the tax on a monthly basis. Now, who are these taxpayers? The registered taxpayers who are registered as normal taxpayers, SEZ units or developers. Any taxpayer who is coming out of the composition scheme is also eligible to opt for QRMP scheme. And any person applying for registration as a fresh normal taxpayer will also have an option to choose QRMP scheme. Now, a few important points here. If the aggregate annual turnover exceeds rupees 5 crores during a quarter, that particular taxpayer will become ineligible for the scheme from the next quarter onwards. That is one. The taxpayer is free to choose for this scheme any number of times throughout the year. For every quarter, a window is going to be provided, which I will show you a little later. So you can avail, that is opt in or opt out of the scheme anytime during that window. Now, a very important point for all the taxpayers, there is a default option which is going to be exercised in respect of the existing taxpayers. And what is this default option? That is from the quarter 2021, January 2021 to March 2021, all the taxpayers whose aggregate turnover during 1920 was up to rupees 5 crores. That is one condition. Secondly, who have filed their GSTR3B returns for the month of October 2020 by 30th of November 2020, they will be migrated on the portal by default in the manner which I'm going to describe now. One is registered taxpayers having aggregate turnover up to rupees 1.5 crore who have furnished form GSTR1 on quarterly basis in the current financial year will be migrated to the QRMP scheme. Correct it here. Those taxpayers whose aggregate turnover was up to rupees 1.5 crore but who had chosen to remain in monthly return filing scheme for GSTR1 they will continue to remain in monthly return scheme. That is, they will be out of the QRMP scheme. The third category is those registered taxpayers whose turnover is more than rupees 1.5 crore and it is up to rupees 5 crore in the preceding financial year. They will by default be migrated to quarterly returns. So this is the default option which is going to be done on the portal. Now, what happens to those taxpayers who have not filed their GSTR 3B returns for October 2020 by 30th of November? Now, they will not be migrated by default. They will continue to remain in the monthly filing scheme. Now, the question you may ask is, if I've been migrated by default and I want to change it, do I have an option? So yes, you have an option. If you have been migrated by default in the manner which I described in the previous slide, you have a window from 5th of December. That means it's already active. This window is active right now till 31st of January 2021 to change your option. Another important point about the scheme is that this can be availed GSTN wise. That means on a common PAN, if you have multiple GSTINs and provided you fulfill all the conditions to opt for the QRMP scheme, it is possible for you to keep some of your GSTINs in the QRMP scheme and to keep the remaining GSTINs out of QRMP scheme and remain in the monthly payment of tax and monthly filing of GSTR 1 and 3B scheme. Another condition for this is you try to opt in for QRMP scheme, your last applicable form GSTR 3B return should have been filed by that date. Otherwise, this option is not open to you. And you should also ensure that there is no saved data in form GSTR 1 for the applicable period. So what is the window during which you can opt for the QRMP scheme? It can be opted for a quarter from first date of the second month of the previous quarter to the last date of the first month of the quarter for which you want to avail this scheme. As I already told you, the date on which you opt for this scheme, on that date, your GSTR, applicable GSTR return, which was due on that date, should have been filed. Now, I'll give an example. Suppose you want to opt for this QRMP scheme for the quarter July to September. And if you are trying to exercise this option on the portal on 27th of July, then your GSTR 3B, which is due for filing on 22nd or 24th of July, should have been filed by that date. Otherwise, this option will not open to you. Now, what happens once you have exercised this option and you have gone into QRMP scheme, you may ask? Well, it will continue to remain. That means you don't need to choose it again and again. You can continue to remain in scheme unless either you revise it on your own, that is, you change your own option, or your aggregate turnover exceeds rupees 5 crores. Okay. So this is a very simple table in which you can see the timelines for each quarter. Now, let's talk of the first quarter of the year, say quarter 1 of April to June. The window to opt in or opt out of the scheme is open from 1st of February to 30th of April. Similarly, for quarter 2, that is July to September, it is open from 1st of May to 31st of July. For the third quarter, October to December, it is open from 1st of August to 31st of October. And for the fourth quarter, that is January to March, the option can be exercised between the 1st November of the previous year to 31st January of the current year. Now, another question that may come in your mind is, what happens to the newly registered taxpayers? Can they opt for the scheme straight away? Well, the formula for opting for the scheme remains the same, which we just discussed, but I'll give you an illustration here. It will actually depend on the date on which you are granted registration. If you have been granted registration during any date, which is during the first month of a quarter, you will be able to immediately avail of this scheme. However, if you are granted registration on any date which is falling in the second or third month of a quarter, then you will be able to opt for the QRMP scheme only starting next quarter. The implication is that for these 2 months, that is month 2 and month 3 of a quarter, you will be required to file GSTR 1 and GSTR 3B on a monthly basis. And in the meantime, you can exercise for QRMP and then shift to QRMP scheme. Now, let's look at the illustration here. There is a very simple illustration that if you were to be granted registration on 31st of January 2021, you can opt for QRMP scheme from the quarter January to March 2021 itself. However, if you are granted registration of 1st of February 2021, you'll be able to opt for QRMP scheme only from the quarter of April to June 2021. Now, what will be the dates of filing of Form GSTR 3B for taxpayers who have opted for QRMP scheme? Now, you have already been following it for quite some time now. Now, this is going to be the default option. It depends on your principal place of business, and depending on which state your principal place of business falls in, it can be 22nd or 24th of the following month. All the states have been shown here. Now, let me just walk you through the navigation steps which you have to do on the portal to opt for this scheme. You will have to log on onto the GST portal, then navigate to services, then go to returns, and then you have an option of opt-in for quarterly return option. So you'll have to click on that. I'll just show you on the screen also. So this is where you, after login, you go to services, then you go to returns, then you go to opt-in for quarterly returns. And then when you click on that, you will have this option before you. You will have the option of financial year, and you click on search. So the available quarter window for which you can opt for QRMP scheme will open before you. So as you can see, out of 4 quarters, only one quarter is open to you, which is applicable at the point of time on which you are applying for this. So that will be shown in green. And as you can see, you have these two options. You can opt for either monthly or quarterly, and then click on save. Now, before we go ahead, I'll just like to point out, you have a help section here and you have an advisory section here. So you can also click on the help and the advisory to look at the help material and the advisory in greater detail. I've given a snapshot of advisory on the next slide here. So this gives you very briefly about what is the scheme, to whom it applies, how it can be availed, what are the windows and all. That's for the benefit of taxpayers without having to go to the user manual again and again. You can straight away look at this material right here. And the second one is the help section, where you will be guided on how to navigate. So now, if you have opted for quarterly filing and then saved it, you will be asked whether you would like to file your GSTR 1 and 3B at a quarterly frequency. If you click on OK, you will be taken to the next page. In case you've chosen monthly, then again you will get this, you will be asked to confirm. And once you have selected your profile, it will be saved. So with that, we have come to the end of the navigation. Now, an important point here is that once you have saved in that window, is it possible for you to change your option again? The answer is yes. If the window is open and you have selected either a quarterly or a monthly payment scheme, you will still be able to shift from one scheme to another scheme any number of times. That change can be done by you any number of times. So let's look at what are the compliances under the QRMP scheme and if they're beneficial to the taxpayer. So one is that your GSTR 1 will be filed on quarterly basis only, as is being done by some of the taxpayer even now. But even your GSTR 3B will also become a quarterly return. So effectively, instead of the 24 statements or returns that you are filing right now on the portal during a financial year, you will effectively be filing only 8 statements or returns. So that is going to be a major change and a major benefit to the taxpayer opting for QRMP scheme. Now, another question which comes to a lot of people's mind is, if I'm a quarterly filer, how do I pass on the ITC to my recipient? Now, for that, GST has provided you with a facility of invoice furnishing on the portal, where all the B2B invoices for which the recipient can claim ITC can be reported by you. Now, these have to be reported in a particular window. That is, for a month, it has to be reported between 1st and 13th of the following month. That is one condition. If you do that, it flows to the Form 2A, GSTR2 and GSTR2B of the recipient, and on that, they will be able to take ITC. And secondly, the value of these invoices, B2B invoices, has been capped at rupees 50 lakhs for a month. That means in a month, you will not be able to report invoices whose value is in excess of 50 lakhs. Now, another important point here is, and the question you may ask is, can I carry forward this value from first month to second month? So that option is not given. Every month, you cannot, if you have used only 20 lakhs during month 1, it's not as if you can report invoices up to rupees 80 lakhs during the second month. It will still be capped at 50 lakhs only. And another benefit is, whatever you have reported in the IFF, that is invoice furnishing facility, you don't need to report it again in your file in your form GSTR1 later. So that avoids needless duplication of work for you. Now, there are two methods for payment of tax which have been provided to the taxpayers who are opting for QRMP scheme. The tax due for the first 2 months of the quarter has to be deposited by 25th of the following month. And for that, they are required to only generate a challan. Now, for generating the challan, they will have to select on monthly payment for quarterly taxpayer as the reason for generating the challan. Even for payment of tax, the taxpayers have been provided with two options. One is known as fixed sum method, and the other is known as self-assessment method. Now, let's look at what are these methods and what is the benefit if you choose one of these. Now, the fixed sum method is the portal generates a pre-filled challan in form PMT06, which is equal to 35% of the tax paid by you in cash during the previous quarter, if you were a quarterly filer, that is, or equal to the tax paid in cash during the previous month if you were a monthly filer in the preceding period. Now, this option is only available to you if you have filed the return for the complete tax period preceding this month, obviously. And the second option is self-assessment method. Here you can pay the tax by considering the tax liability on inward and outward supplies. That is, you can adjust your ITC, which is available in your ledger, and pay the actual amount. Now, this is not something which is fixed. This is an option which will be given on the PMT06 form to the taxpayers, and they can choose any option anytime. That means it's not as if once you've opted for QRMP scheme and 1 month, if you pay by fixed sum method, then second month also you have to pay by fixed sum method only. Every time you have freedom to choose between the two of them. And you may ask, what are the benefits if I choose by fixed sum method? So I'll come to that later. You are not required to deposit any amount for a particular month if the balance in your ledgers combined, that is your cash ledger and your electronic credit ledgers, is sufficient for your tax dues for the first month and the second month of a quarter. So that means if you have sufficient cash already lying in the ledgers, you don't have to generate PMT06. You don't have to pre-deposit or deposit any tax. That is one. The second situation could be that there is no tax liability. In that case also, you are not required to file PMT06 and deposit any amount. Now, some more conditions Like if you have deposited any amount using PMT06 for month 1 and month 2 of a quarter, now that amount will be used by you for offsetting your liabilities for the quarter when you are filing your Form GSTR 3B. That was the whole intent of asking you to deposit through PMT06. And in the meantime, till you file your GSTR 3B for this particular quarter, you will not be allowed to use this amount either as refund or to be utilized as for some other purpose other than payment of tax. So these are two simple conditions there. Yeah, so I was talking about to you about the benefit which will accrue in case you choose one of the methods for payment of tax. So it is here that it's on applicability of interest. Now, if as a taxpayer you opted for payment of tax by fixed sum method, and at the end of the quarter, if your tax liability for that particular month, that is month 1 and month 2, is found to be more than 35% which you actually deposited during that month, you will not be asked to pay any interest on that amount, that excess amount. So that's a major benefit for taxpayers opting to pay by fixed sum method. If payment of tax by depositing system calculated amount in form GST PMT06 is not done by due date, obviously interest is payable from the due date of furnishing form GST PMT06 till the date of making such payment. If GSTR 3B is not filed by due date, obviously even now the interest would be payable for the period excess in after that. And for taxpayers paying tax by self-assessment method, interest is payable on tax remaining unpaid beyond the due date for the first 2 months of a quarter. What about the applicability of late fee? No late fee is applicable for delay in payment of tax in filing for the first 2 months of a quarter because it's not a return, so there is no applicability of late fee. However, late fee will be applicable if there is a delay in filing of GSTR 3B return or filing of Form GSTR 1 for a particular quarter. So friends, we have come to the end of this webinar, and during this webinar we have discussed very briefly, we have given you an overview of what QRMP scheme is, when it becomes effective, who can avail, how can you avail, what will be the compliances, and what will be the benefits. So thanks for listening to us. I hope the webinar was useful to you. Before we close the session, I would like to tell you that we are also on Facebook. You can also connect with us on Twitter. You can also watch several webinars and videos that we have uploaded on our dedicated YouTube channel. And before I end the session, I would like to thank CEO GSTN, Shri Manish Sinha sir, SVP Services, Shri Rajiv Agarwal sir, my colleagues Rafi and Ankita, and the IT team who made this webinar possible. Thanks a lot. Thank you and bye.